everybody? Welcome to the show. I appreciate you tuning in for another review. Don't forget, every Wednesday night from now until Halloween at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I'm going to have a new set of spooky streaming suggestions for all of you to check out. I know the Halloween season is in full effect and you're wondering, where can you catch all the classics? Where can you catch something new? Let me do the work for you, folks. You can go back and check the channel now. I got suggestions every week, enough to fill up your entire Halloween season. You don't want to miss out on that, but also don't forget, I got countless reviews dropping throughout the week in the world of horror, whether it's movies, TV shows, games, books, whatever. Don't miss that either. The best way to stay on top of all of it is to get subscribed to my Linktree. And you do that by going to linktr.ee/T Scary Movie. If you get subscribed to my Linktree, that's going to give you access to the YouTube page for the video versions of the show, to your favorite podcasting platforms, the audio-only versions of the show, to my Letterboxd page for my written reviews and movie rankings throughout the year, to my TikTok page for my short horror content, including movie news and movie premieres, to my Twitch page for my horror gaming, including Phasmophobia and The Thing Remastered, and to my Fangoria shop page where you can enjoy a 20% discount off anything in the Fangoria shop, including a yearly subscription to the physical magazine. Take advantage of that, folks. Hit that subscribe button. As the more followers I get, the more content I can put out for all of you. So, what are we talking about here tonight? Folks, this is it. After months and months of coverage, you know, back in the day, I went back into the first couple episodes of season 1 of this show. We just got done doing season 2 earlier this year. And now tonight, this is it, folks. It is the season finale, the season 1 finale of Interview with the Vampire. This has been a journey, and y'all, damn it if I'm not loving it all over again. You know, I had worried that I was going to watch this show too soon, especially after just coming off season 2. And the fact that the first season's really not that old, I thought that I would end up like wrecking it for me, that I would just be overexposed. But instead, it's been fascinating to have this new perspective that I've talked about since I've been going back into season 1 and looking at it through season 2 finale eyes and knowing what's coming. It's crazy going back and looking at everything that happens. Now, in tonight's season finale that I'm talking, the thing lays still. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump on into it. You might recall from last week's episode, the truce that was made between Claudia, Lestat, and Louis was eventually broken as the three couldn't stop bickering and fighting with each other. Claudia decided it was time for her to leave again, and as she attempted to take board of a train and go anywhere else, Lestat caught her and brought her right on back home, as Louis needs the both of them to get by. Without Claudia there's no way for Lestat to really control Louis. So, bringing Claudia back, she decides that it's finally time. Enough is enough, and the only way that her and Louis will ever truly have any freedom or any resemblance of a life is to kill Lestat. And that's where we start off this episode. Now, think about it like this. Over the course of this season, the stuff that they've been doing has been growing in arrogance and eccentricity. God, I'm never going to pronounce that word right ever again. That's the one that you get on that one there, folks. But we've been seeing them kill more and more and more. And this is before Claudia was born. And remember, Louis stopped really eating humans except on very, very rare occasions, so it's not like their murders were really gonna pick up a lot of notice. And granted, I know that Louis' act ended up causing the whole Claudia situation in the first place, and the streets burning down. All that happened because of what Louis did in his short temper. Then Claudia gets born, and she's reckless herself and bringing more attention. The cops come to their place as well. But we're at the point to where it's pretty much impossible for them to hide themselves. Maybe not so much as vampires, but that the folks around them don't know that something's off with them. And we see that over and over, folks are leaving blessings, curses, threats, wishes to them because they don't truly know what they are. They're even visited by a man who believes that they're angels and he's looking for them to save them, only, you know, to meet his own untimely death. But they can't keep going around like this. They've attracted too much attention. And as crazy as Lestat is being made to seem in all of this, when he suggests that it's time for them to leave New Orleans, it's not the worst idea in the world, because there's a lot of heat on them. And no matter how much power that Lestat truly has, even the fact he was able to take out Louis without any issues at all, and Claudia's no match for him, it doesn't change the fact that this will eventually turn into mobs, into angry crowds, into people actually trying to kill them, which loses them anonymity at that point. And so it's a great idea for them to leave, but of course, Claudia and Louis want to leave on their own, and more so Claudia. She's still trying to convince Louis. And that's one thing that we can't let leave our mind here, because it really does play into the trial and Lestat's ultimate feelings after everything is ultimately revealed. Like, of course Louis still loves Lestat, and vice versa. And there's even a moment as Claudia and Louis are plotting what they're going to do, to where it's obvious Lestat knows what's going on and what's going to be attempted. And he makes a plea to Louis, honestly, that the two of them can make things right, that things could be better. And of course, that falls on deaf ears. There's planning happening. Claudia is set in her ways. She's not going to remain under Lestat's foot. So she decides to play to his ego and says that the best way to go out is to go out with a bang. That they should do a decadent Mardi Gras ball that happens every year, but they should be the focus of it. They can make Lestat the king of Mardi Gras, and it allows them to take out some of their enemies and other victims, giving them a good meal before they ultimately begin their journey. This brings up interesting conversations in the present time with Daniel and Louis. And remember, Daniel definitely knows that Rashid is not who he says he is, because in the previous episode, he had a dream remembering the San Francisco encounter he had, and how Rashid showed up towards the end of the one scene that we saw, making it impossible that the Rashid that's hanging with Daniel and Louis now is any kind of normal servant there. So Daniel is very, very much playing things close to the vest and trying to protect himself a bit, because he's worried about the situation that he's in, but it doesn't stop him from trying to ask how to kill a vampire. And I did think that was interesting that Louis just dropped that information like that, because again, that also plays into season 2 and the fact that a lot of vampires are really upset about the release of this book, because Daniel does end up releasing it ultimately, and the fact that Louis straight up gives secrets on how vampires can be dispatched, that's a big thing. Now, of course, we know, at least when it comes to Lestat, Lestat is not a vampire that can be killed unless he truly wants it. So some of the things that are happening seem like they're gonna be all for naught anyway. But Claudia and Louis plan and they plot, the ball comes around and the trap is set. They have planned to poison one of, if not more, people who will be at this party, so that when Lestat drinks from them, he'll be weakened, and then they can do whatever they're going to end up doing to kill them. But what Claudia and Louis did not anticipate was that Lestat had turned his muse Antoinette into a vampire, and that she had been spying on the two of them and listening into all of their plans. Or were they not prepared? Because Claudia knew that Antoinette would be in watch, because again, they know how devious Lestat is. They know that Lestat just couldn't get rid of Antoinette, that she would just have to be there for his ego. That's his Achilles heel, and they exploited that because they knew that she would be alive and trying to run interference, and they managed to walk her into a trap as well. So this pretty much ends with Antoinette being killed, burnt alive, and that Louis ends up giving the death blow to Lestat by slitting his throat. But you have to imagine, Louis is accused by Daniel of not really committing to the act. After all the ways that Louis explained that vampires could be killed, one of them was definitely not having your throat slit. Now, of course, starvation makes sense, but they're not burning Lestat's body. They're not locking him up anywhere at all. They threw his body into a trunk and left it at the dump. And Daniel very much accuses Louis of the fact that there's rats and mice and other kind of like rodents there, that Lestat could easily get back to full strength. And it's hard not to see that being a very, very real possibility. Now, of course, all of this is juxtaposed with us finding out that Rashid is not Rashid, that Rashid is the vampire Armand. And what was big that came out of this, at least for me, was the fact that Armand then kind of leads into what we're going to be looking into season 2, which is the vampire troupe, the Theater des Vampires. And the audacity of Armand caught me off guard in this case, because the way he kind of presents all this to Daniel, it makes it seem like it's this happy, joyous occasion and that he's about to learn some amazing information, when in truth we know this will be one of the worst, if not the worst part of Louis and Armand's relationship. The betrayal and things that Louis doesn't even know just yet that are going to be revealed. So it's interesting to look at Armand's hubris, as Daniel could be in a bit of danger by pushing them, but in reality, if he hasn't been in that danger already, he's not about to be in it anytime soon. So it's just very interesting to see the way that this is all played out. Tensions are very, very high right now, but Claudia and Louis are on their way. They have escaped Lestat, who is presumably dead at this point, and they are on to go and find other vampires to find their own life. Season 1 has been an absolute whirlwind of emotions, watching it back with new eyes and new information, y'all. But god damn it, do I absolutely love this show. And going back and thinking about what I knew about Louis when I was originally watching season 1, and then I called him an unreliable narrator, to learn in season 2 that he really is an unreliable narrator. It's so fascinating to go back and watch this and feel validated by the theories that you had put forth on it. And I love this show. I love the Immortal Universe, man. It's going to be a long wait to get to the Vampire Lestat, season 2 of Mayfair Witches, season 1 of the Talamasca. Like, let's go. Get into my veins right now. But folks, I really do appreciate you taking this journey with me through, again, Louis, the Vampire Lestat, the Vampire Armand, our Princess Claudia, all of them. It has been a true joy. And I know we're not really going to be jumping into anything anytime soon. Like, I think we're probably looking 6 months minimum, right, before we're back into the Immortal Universe again. So I don't know. I'm probably going to try to get reviews up for Interview with the Vampire, the movie, and Queen of the Damned to bide my time in the meantime. And as I am working right now through the Vampire Lestat, I got to come back with updates on that for y'all as well too. So stick around. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to talk the Immortal Universe as long as humanly possible. We got to dissect that Queen of the Damned soundtrack, y'all. It's so fucking good. It's so good. But I want you to let me know in the comment section for a chance to win an Abigail Funko Pop. Which season did you end up liking more and why? Were you a bigger fan of season 1 of Vampire or season 2? Let me know the reasons why there for a chance to win this Abigail Funko Pop. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, folks, as we got more great reviews coming your way. I appreciate y'all tuning in again. Don't forget, my name is T. We've been talking scary movies. Stay scared. Boy here is a big fan of Fangoria. So, if you want to check out the world's best horror magazine that's out there, get a chance to get yourself your own subscription, which I just got my first one back in 2022 and I don't regret it for a second. But if you want your own Fangoria subscription, or you like the Fangoria merchandise, then head over to the Fangoria shop and use my link if you want to save yourself some money, folks. That's an easy one to remember. Just go to shop.fangoria.com/AXDEW. Again, that's shop.fangoria.com/AXDEW, or use my specific code AXDEW at checkout. You can save 20% off your entire order, and that implies 2 subscription and one-time orders as well. You don't want to miss out, folks, because with the magnitude of horror movies we've had released in the last few years, and with what we have on the horizon, Fangoria is going to be your #1 source for all that great, juicy, bloody information in the world of horror. So again, head to shop.fangoria.com. Hey there, folks! Thanks for tuning in to Watch This Scary Movie. I appreciate you checking out another review or movie news, whether we're talking movies, TV shows, books, or games, whatever, it's all scary. Remember, you can check out new episodes every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on the YouTube page for video. That's youtube.com/C/Theron Reynolds Scary Movie. Again, youtube.com/C/Theron Reynolds Scary Movie. And you can check out the audio version on all your favorite podcasting platforms. Just search T Watch the Scary Movie or TWASM. Don't forget, my name is T. We've been talking scary movies. Stay scared.